This video contains spoilers, please beware. The snow fox powered up with a low humming noise as he brushed the snow off the seat.
Great. Of course I'm the only engineer who can set these up. Yeah, right. What's John's excuse? A cold? Of course they all fell for it.
Nobody could hear his angered mumbling as the sharp wind whistled around his helmet.
I'm entering the area. Roger that. Be careful, the sector isn't well mapped yet. I'm aware.
He responded angrily as he stepped off his vehicle. The blizzard was doing a great job concealing his environment. He couldn't even see a single living creature around.
Well, at least I won't have to fend off any of those annoying dog-looking things,
he thought. Installing the device was usually easy, but the frozen ground around here was really giving him some resistance.
Screw it,
he thought, lifting his leg and stomping onto the screw, pushing it deeper again and again. At last, it was all the way in. He turned around, but then...
Huh. What was that? Base? I think I'm getting some seismic activity here. It's like...
And then the ground opened up. What this unfortunate engineer was about to encounter was perhaps the most frightening creature currently alive in Sector 0 of Planet 4546b, which is, coincidentally, also the topic of today's video. I'll be telling you everything we know about this life form, including appearance, behavior, and possible lore connections with other creatures, so you know what to do if you ever come face to face with the ice worm. The cold, frigid spires of Sector 0's Arctic shake as a beast burrows its way underneath, steam hissing through cracks in the ground as it superheats and vaporizes any frozen water in its path. The ice worm is truly the last thing you'd want to encounter while exploring the glaciers of 4546b. It measures up to 95 meters in length, dwarfing all of the other living creatures in the game, and coming close to the size of a ghost Leviathan. Its body, of course, resembles that of a worm, or perhaps a millipede, with thick segmented exoskeleton which covers its back, each chunk finished with a small backwards-facing spike running down towards the tail that splits into two spikes, similar to that of an earwig. The most iconic is, of course, the head. Topped by a large, superheated spike, its head opens up to a horrifying mouth, divided into 4 segments, each lined with rows of teeth. Now, it is not just the appearance that makes the ice worm stand out from the rest of this planet's fauna. It also happens to be the only currently non-extinct land-based Leviathan, at least as far as the games tell us. That's not to say it never comes into contact with water, of course. In fact, the PDA tells us that's exactly how its horn works. As water seeps in through the small ducts, it meets deposits of raw alkali metals that react violently to it, producing the iconic heated glow. This is, of course, how it manages to move around. The horn melts any ice it comes into contact with, and additional muscle structures inside its body help constrict and release the bones, which have a surprising degree of flexibility, producing movement. And move it certainly can. If or when it senses vibrations on the surface, the worm will rapidly move upwards, ambushing its prey with a swift attack. Its horn is either used to stab or slash the intended target, which is then devoured. It should be noted here that snowstalkers appear to be its most common prey, based on the location it inhabits and its unique interaction with the creatures. Additionally, since its attacks seem solely based on vibrations on the surface, the thumper can work as a great temporary distraction. Now, even though I've spent a considerable amount of time describing how this creature is unique from all others, that doesn't mean we can't at least take a stab at its evolutionary tree. In my and many other community members' eyes, the ice worm seems relatively closely related to both the Cheliceraid and Reaper Leviathan. With the former, it shares the segmented mouth and tough exoskeleton, whereas the forked tail and detection of prey through the means of sound seems to be shared with the Reaper. Additionally, Its ability to generate heat might in some distant way make it also related to the sea dragon, though I don't think that connection is as strong. If you're one of those players that immediately rushes to retrieve their prawn suit and stasis rifle upon hearing about a new creature, I'm gonna have to disappoint you here, as the ice worm can't actually be killed, owing to its lack of a hitbox. So, even though we can find some remains of dead worms near the spires, it seems that regardless of our current efforts, the ones alive will remain a menace to all Below Zero players, at least for the foreseeable future. But that brings us to the end of the video, so I really hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, maybe consider leaving a like, commenting, or subscribing. All of those would be very much appreciated. And if you'd like to follow the channel more and get updates on the content, consider following me at Twitter at TheLatestBacon or joining the Discord. Both links are down in the description below. But with that, I'm gonna wish you all a beautiful rest of today, and I'll see you in whatever next video I make. Bye bye.